What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fumble. Before you do anything else, make sure you subscribe. I am Britt Johnson.
And I am Chris Clark. And we are going to be talking about the first round of the playoffs that start tomorrow.
NBA playoffs are here, which is why we're kind of doing this right now, because it's a really slow day today in sports. So we're just going to talk about what's going to happen tomorrow.
And that's not a problem with me at all.
I feel like we might agree.
I know.
On a lot of these.
I know.
Because we're just both really smart.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'll try and be crazy.
Well, I think we might have some. There's a couple or a couple series that I don't know.
And I'm taking a limb on two of them that I know that you're gonna go what on. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, let's first start with the Western Conference. Number 1 seeded Warriors versus my number 8 seeded Clippers. First of all, I think you're going to be a little shady to me anyway.
I won't.
Just because your team didn't make the playoffs.
I don't have Clipper hate. I don't have Clipper hate. Just Laker hate. I have no Clipper hate. But,
just Laker hate.
But you just sideswiped me a little bit. I heard the Knicks comment.
I thought you were going to say. What had happened was...
You see, I was there about to lift you up and you bringing me down. But that's fine. I'll let it pass. But yeah, go ahead. Warriors and Clippers.
Mind you, though, before we get that started, did you watch the Derrick Rose thing where he was crying when he got...
I did.
That's how bad people don't want to go to the Knicks.
But when it happened, I felt bad too. Like as happy as I was to have Derrick Rose, I'm like, man, that poor guy. Though, that's not the way to get out of that. But whatever.
All right, Warriors
again,
versus
side swipe. I
Clippers.
heard it. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Who you got?
Obviously, I got the Warriors. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep though. Does that make you feel better?
It's not going to be a sweep. I don't think any Western Conference series is going to be a sweep, because if you look at 1 through 8, they're it's like a 9-game difference. And I think all of the teams in the Western Conference are really good. They've all beat each other at some point, except for one series we'll talk about later. But I think all of them are so good. My Clippers, I think, would have even been a higher seed if we would have kept Tobias, but then that would have just been the one thing for this year, and he would have left after this year. So what do you think it's going to be, though?
I'm giving you guys 1 though. I want to give you 2.
Warriors and 5.
I gotta give you the gentleman's sweep. I want to give you guys 2. I think every game's gonna be competitive. I think you guys are gonna make the Warriors play. It's not gonna be an easy cakewalk, even though it's a 1-8. But I can't.
Well, and I feel like the Warriors do not know how to guard Lou Will. They're gonna put Klay Thompson on him. It's not gonna be effective. So if Lou Will can have just a couple really good games, then I do have the Warriors winning, but I have it in 6.
I just don't think they have an answer for KD. I think Steph Curry's not going to be as big of a factor, because Pat's going to be on him, like you said.
Pat is one of the best defenders.
100%. Lou Will is going to do a good job. The whole unit on the Clippers is going to do great. I don't know if you guys are going to have an answer for KD. That's the biggest thing.
But who says he's going to have a great game every time? I think they switch off, so we take advantage of the nights that he doesn't have a great game, and that's where we capitalize at, and we're going to get
to. Man, you see the cheerleader coming out there? You just hope.
I mean, I'm cheering for my Clippers throughout the whole thing. I obviously want them to. I'm just proud that we made the playoffs. I am so proud we made the playoffs. I'm like, I said from the beginning, I was like, I don't even care if we win a game in the playoffs. I just want to get there.
As long as you get there.
I just want to get there. With the team that we had this year, that was predicted only winning 33 games this year, I love you guys. Love you, man.
You didn't answer the question. So are you going with the Clippers?
I'm going Warriors,
so
but in 6.
Okay.
Yes. Next, we have the Nuggets versus the Spurs. Do you want me to start on this one?
You want to start on this one?
Sure. So this one is actually very difficult for me because the Nuggets are a really young team. They're very good. Spurs had a very rough first half of the season.
They sure did.
End of the season, though, that run they went on, it was the reason why Greg Popovich is one of the best coaches. Because at the beginning, it's like, we didn't really understand what was happening and how this team was going to mesh well together. And they got it together and had a phenomenal closing to their season, or second half of their season. I think I'm going with the Spurs. It's all going to depend on
DeMar. I knew it was going to happen. This is what I was talking about. This is the one I was talking about before we hit record. This is why I was like, I feel like she's going to go with the Spurs too. Yeah, I got the Spurs too. I think this is going to be going to 7, and I got the Spurs taking it 7 because of exactly what you just said. They did start off poorly. They started off very poorly, but they did it exactly how you expect NBA teams to do it when you get a new superstar on your team.
Right.
You're gonna have chemistry issues. You're not gonna know everybody, but you figure it out as the season goes on.
Right.
And the Spurs did exactly that. And now they're playing Greg Popovich ball. Everyone's in the system. Both freaking LaMarcus Aldridge having all
hurt. Like, they have 2 guys that are great shooters on the team. Like, the
experience is gonna the Nuggets are gonna look great, but the experience is gonna win. And I feel like the Spurs.
The only thing that might hurt the Spurs is Aldridge and DeMar haven't been good in the playoffs in the past.
Correct.
But they, I think this year is.
But then they
year,
didn't have a glue in Popovich to bring them together like that. I have the Spurs taking it in 7. I really do. I'm going with experience on this one. This is why I wanted to. I knew it. I knew you were gonna pick the Spurs too.
Okay, this one though I think is going to be the best.
It's gonna be fun.
Series to watch in the first round is the Trailblazers versus the Thunder. Now, during the regular season, the Thunder swept the Blazers. The Blazers are the 3 seed though, so who do you have winning this series?
By the skin of their teeth, they're the third seed.
Every seed in the West is by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, but with the Nurkic thing, I don't know if they can survive with OKC. OKC had the only reason why OKC is at 6 because they slowed down towards the end of the year. But again, I'm gonna go with the underdog on this one. I'm going with the Thunder because I think that they should have been the true 3rd or 4th seed at the end of the season if they didn't slow down. I'm going Thunder in 7 again. 7. I'm going 7. I'm going
this
7.
Series is definitely going 7.
It's gonna be 100%. I just feel like Cantor, they're gonna take advantage of him, and that's not hate because he was a Knick, but it's just I feel like they're gonna take advantage of him on defense and
then Cantor is probably gonna be matched up against Adams, and it's like
that's their buddies. Yeah.
But I think this series, though, is just going to be, during the regular season when they play each other, it's always close games, super heated. Westbrook, Damian Lillard do not like each other. We all know, 100%. Remember when Westbrook kicked the ball away from Dame when he was trying to pick it up during the game? They don't like each other.
One of my favorite gifts.
Cali boys versus each other, Southern California versus Dames from Northern California. And they don't like each other. I think they are
Dame guy, though.
Yes.
So
I think they are the most passionate point guards in the league. I think they're going to be great against each other.
Okay.
I love that they both have big hearts, and Dame Lillard is my favorite player.
Say it. Who are you going
I'm going with the Blazers in 7.
In 7, okay.
Yeah.
I think those are fair. I think that's fair. I think we know for sure it's going to 7. There's no way that's gonna be a short series. That one's going to 7. I just feel like okay. Blazers, and I'll take my Thunder. Yeah, I'll go with Thunder.
Gotta go with my brother Paul George. Wrong. We did one. I went to Fresno State, so I kind of was debating that too, because I'm like, I went to Fresno State. I love Paul George. Yada yada.
Where's your loyalty lie?
So the final series of the Western Conference, Rockets versus the Utah Jazz. Who do you have on that one?
God, I feel like they play each other all the time in the playoffs. From way back when T-Mac was on the Rockets, they played each other 4 times. Last year,
the Rockets beat them, right? Yes.
Oh man, but I just think that the Jazz, they skated through the season, but I don't think they're gonna have the juice. I think I'm gonna go with the Rockets on this one, even though it's gonna be a rough path for the Rockets to get to the Western Conference Finals, in my opinion.
Well,
but I'm
Chris Paul's actually healthy. Hopefully he stays
But that's
that
the
way.
thing. Yes, that's the biggest thing.
James Harden's good. Eric Gordon's good. All the guys are kind of good right now for the Rockets.
Fareed's playing fantastic for them, so they got a nice big guy. But I'm gonna give the Rockets. They're like you said, they're full powered in the first round. I think they're gonna take the Jazz. They did it last year. I don't see how it's gonna be much of a change this year. I'm gonna go with the Rockets on this one.
I picked the Rockets as well, but I'm surprised the Jazz are seated where they are, because I don't think that they were that great of a team this year. I did not like them this year, so I'm just I think the Rockets, and I think the Rockets are probably going to win in 5. I only give the Jazz 1.
I'm giving it 6. I'm giving it 6. I think they'll take 2 because the defense is a big key thing, so I definitely think they're going to take the 2 in
What,
Utah.
James Harden doesn't play great defense? What do you mean?
Eastern Conference!
All right, so I think that's going to do it for the Western Conference, but you guys have to check out a whole nother video to check out who we picked for our Eastern Conference. I think the Eastern Conference will be a little bit different.
Yeah, a lot more gambling going on in the Eastern Conference, I'm sure.
Make sure you guys stay tuned. Click subscribe below, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit.